Hello friends, my name is Eliza Fortney and I am a freelance illustrator and designer, and today I just wanted to chat with you and walk you through my drawing process as you see my time-lapse video for Mermaid. This theme is Mojito Mermaid, so I had a lot of fun with this one and I'm just going to walk you through step by step my process as you watch my speed paint. So one of the main things that I'm really trying to focus right now on is gesture. I want my lines to be very fluid. I want it to look like she is underwater, very light and flowy. So I want to remember to keep that flowiness in mind and just make sure that the piece doesn't look stiff as I am putting in my line work. As you can see in the background, I have my reference photos of the mojito and also a mermaid picture that I found online. I always encourage you to find reference because every good artist knows that you need reference in order to draw your characters and get the pose right, get the details right, so never be afraid to use reference. I always have my reference either in the background or sometimes I have it just in my photos file that I can go back and refer to periodically as I am drawing. So I didn't want her to be by herself. I wanted her to have some little jellyfish friends by her, so I'm just making sure that they frame her well in the composition and that she is going to stand out. Now that I am starting to block in color, I'm going to be playing around with the hue, saturation, and also the values of all of my colors to make sure that my mermaid stands out and eventually that my jellyfish will also stand out. In terms of color for my illustration, I really try to not use too many colors and overwhelm my audience, so I want everything to have a cohesive color palette. As you can see, the main color is pink, and then my secondary colors are blue and yellow, and I'm going to be using especially the yellow and kind of bringing it more into an orange as well as little highlight accents throughout my illustration. As you might be able to see, I'm going to add in some light orange / yellow brush strokes into things like her fin and also the jellyfish, just to make sure that all of my colors are cohesive and consistent throughout my piece. So as you can see, I pulled up some reference of some girls' faces and I just wanted to get some good reference as to what the highlights on the lips look like, the eye shape, the eyelashes, all of that good stuff, so that my illustration looks as good as it can, and just so I can also have more fun with it, not worrying about if I'm getting things correct or not, but just having a lot of fun with the reference and seeing where it takes me. Sometimes you'll notice that I pause as well. That might be because my dogs are bugging me or just being cute and making me distracted, or because I am actually studying the reference and not necessarily drawing, but just looking at how the face is shaped, how light and shadow affect the facial features and things like that, because I want to incorporate all of those details into my illustration. Now it is time for one of my favorite parts, which is starting to bring in the little details. Now I always want to make sure that I have all of my basic shapes down, I have a good sketch, good line work, good color, good values, all of that before I move on to detail. Because as one of my professors always said, you can't polish a turd, so you need to make sure you have a good foundation before you start adding little details. I had a lot of fun adding little sparkles into her tail and her fin, and later on I'm also going to be bringing in some of those sparkles into the jellyfish, again so that my illustration is cohesive. I'm starting to think about shadow and how light is affecting my illustration. I'm imagining that the light is coming from the upper left side of the canvas, so I'm keeping that in mind as I'm adding in my shadows, and now that I'm blocking in some light rays into the background. Just some little finishing touches, some bubbles in the background, and now I am pretty much done. I'm just going to add in a couple more highlights and we should be good to go. Okay, that is it for my mermaid illustration. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like and remember to subscribe so you don't miss any more of my content. And if you have any comments, I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. And if you would like me to make a more in-depth video about each point of my process, please let me know that as well. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Goodbye, friends.